Hello, everyone. This is Friedrich with another turn resolution of War in the Pacific Admirals edition. This is May 9, 1942. I'm going to be talking a little bit in between some of this stuff. So they're still unloading here at Ndeni, so we're going to continue on with this. He had some disabled units and 97 casualties, if we're counting numbers here. And no hits with 71 coastal guns. What I'm going to start doing is, okay, he's still unloading at Medado. I'll explain here in a minute. I'll let this go. Um, so our PT boats get caught out here northwest of Indeni by his surface group. So let's see how this goes. While we're watching this, I'll let you watch this for a minute. And it looks like some hits from his 20 centimeter gun destroys the PT-36. So I'm going to record I'm going to basically upload two videos at a time. Two resolutions back to back. And if there's anything to talk about, I'll do that after. And I'll talk briefly about where the action really is. And then we'll get into and then we'll talk about backwater, as it were, theaters, um, more rare. So I'm changing my style here, due to some feedback I've gotten and what apparently, and considering this, that there's not a lot of action every day. Okay, so far, like, there's no action, no anti-sub action right over the row 68. All right, we got a coastal minesweeper here, looking at his invasion force at I believe this is at Monado. Let's get through this. We're both evading, so nothing's gonna come of that, except for we're retreating. But anyway, all right, we had some Wellingtons flying from India, Imphal, and hitting Chiang Mai. Okay. And it's a night raid. We are able to knock out a couple of Oscars on the ground and do a little bit of damage to the base. And this is with 25% moonlight, which I probably, knowing these results, I'm glad I did it, but I probably wouldn't normally do a night raid at 25%. And we brought the Warspite and the Colorado up here to Cooktown to bombard. So this is going to be, a bunch of ships going through their motions. So let's just get through it. All right, and you can see here we are able to damage 35 nates and 7 destroyed on the ground. This is important because we need to maintain air superiority up here. And with his fighters at least damaged, that's going to shut him down for a bit. And look at this, runway hits and port hits 78. Now, they're not all the big guns. There's going to be smaller caliber guns as well. So the damage will be based on what shells actually hit. And he's still unloading. Takes a few casualties in the unloading process. Monado, same thing. We actually get a 75 millimeter gun into his cargo ship. Just one shell hit. But it's probably by now unloading just supplies because we didn't damage any of the troops. Yeah, he takes 31 coastal guns, nothing hits, but he does take some damage on the unloading process. So our coastal minesweeper keeps getting in here while he's trying to be in the middle of the unloading process. And so we get in there, make him stop unloading so that he can do this fight. But it may not have any real impact. It might just be for flavor. I don't know. The sea lion, Mark 14. And these are those torpedo boats bombarding Cebu. Okay. No visible, no discernible damage there. So Japanese aircraft spotted observing us at Afate. I don't like that, but what am I gonna do, right? I need to get these troops unloaded and get out of there, though. That's for sure. We take a disabled squad from these 33 Nels that bomb us here at Manado. All right, he brings in a raid of 12 Kates and 18 Zeros, and I noticed he has a LR cat long range cap over this because it said something like 30, oh 39 right here, boom. But he had 18 parked here, so he has 21 long range cap over it. Okay, Cebu is bombed by some lilies, and no discernible loss there. Sally's over in Denny. Let's see what they can do. We do damage one. He's flying low. That might help us with our flak, but all right. We have A-29s hitting his moving troops over here. It's just the RGC. These are Chinese conscripts for the Japanese the A regiment. They're heading west, so the goal was to knock them out of move mode. I don't know if we were able to do that. And it was raining there. Now that we have Hudson ones bombing because he has tanks here, and I want to get into those tanks, the first tank regiment, but we don't do anything, and it is heavy rain. So, all right, we have some Hudson threes on naval attack. They're flying low, 6,000 feet. Well, not low, but they're trying to stay high enough to maybe not get destroyed by too much flak. We only have three of them. They don't they don't get any bombs into the ships. B-25's flying from Townsville, hitting his troops that are advancing southeast this direction. We do get in there quite a bit of destruction here. Well, anyway, certainly damage to his troops. And we're hitting actually his 29th Division. I believe he has a division and a couple of support units, like a mortar unit. Well, um, I guess we'll find out soon enough. One of the reasons for these raids is to do damage for sure. Another reason is just to slow them down so they and also we're disrupting fatigue. There's all the things that are hopefully, and again with air superiority, we should be able to just bomb him with impunity. Uh, Let me point this out. Clear sky. That should help, but these whirlways just, 100-pound bomb. It's just not gonna be that great. Now we do. Okay, so I brought over three B-17s to hit this hex as well. And it looks like we do some good damage here. And while we were hitting the 29th Division earlier, This is the 2nd Mortar Battalion. Here, the reason for this bombing, maybe I should have bombed here. I don't know. Although it's heavy rain here. But east of Pegu, he's advancing west, and again, for some reason, going this way instead of up the road. But he's crossing here, and the goal is to knock him out of move mode. We got B-17Ds hitting Johnston Island. And, you know, keeping them pinned, hopefully. Alright. Some more damage to his defenders there. Yeah. Alright, PM phase of the air, PM phase of the air action, air operations. Anyway. A lot of recon camera clicks. Okay, Hudson 3s. Again, we're trying to bomb the cargo ships here, and another big whiff. Okay, so the air operations are over. More landings at Ndeni. We have 5-inch coastal defense artillery hitting his transport, so that's good. Do a little bit of damage. Nice. A couple of good strong hits here. I don't know that we'll sink any of these, but yeah. So 5 shell hits to the Hokusei Maru, and they're on fire. 2 shell hits on the Hoko Maru. Now, we don't have quite the same batteries here, but we do have 75mm guns, and we're able to get a shell hit, but again, either it's unloaded or it's just not enough damage to deal any to the troops it's carrying, if it is carrying any. Okay, bombardment at Wenchao, the daily bombardment. And that's no discernible effect. I don't, there could be fatigue disruption, but yeah. So deliberate attack at Cebolga here. And we actually got it to a 1-2 with our fort level. And he wasn't able to knock down the... we do have fatigue and experience malices. But anyway, it looks like neither one of us came out of there with any kind of... let's see, we also had terrain. I'm not sure if this is a ×2 or ×3. In any case, neither one of us lost much, but anyway. Okay, 60-7. My thinking is he's probably wondering what we have, so without reconning it, he decided to bombard. Surely he'll attack that deliberate or shock next go. All right, Monado, same thing. Probably bombarding us to see what we have here. It's a decent defense, and you can see here 88-71. So it would be 1-1 without any modifiers. And we're bombarding here at Ndeni against his naval guards. Now you can see here, supposedly he has 0 AV, But we wouldn't want to do an attack because look at this, 36 to 93. That would be terrible odds. Plus the terrain times 2 modifier. I believe it's times 2 for Indeni. All right, we have some expansions. Dunedin port is up to 4, so that's good. And Alford Bay, we got an airfield level 1. I don't know that we have to have airfields out there, West Canada, but it does give us at least 1 victory. No, it gives us at least 2 victory points, so we'll take it. And as this wraps up, I will be back immediately with the May 10 turn resolution on this same video. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Did you miss me? No. To you, of course, it's been not even a second. But anyway, here we are with May 10. We're looking at the second turn resolution of this video. Let's take a look at what happens. Now our 5-inch guns are still shooting, which is great. We'll see if we can beat up these ships still. We do get 2 shell hits on the Hokomaru. All right, the swordfish just completely whiffs. Two torpedoes. Oh well, not really expecting much more than that anyway. Okay, basically anytime we fire a Mark 14, I have 0 expectation. This one worked. Heavy damage. I don't know that we'll sink it, but anytime we can get a torpedo that works, yeah, I'm all for that. 2 torpedoes, 1 hit. That's a 50% on this particular attack, so that's great. All right, here we are at Johnston, and the I-170 is sitting here trying to annoy us, but probably looking for our transports. So we get a beat on him. Fortunately, with our radar, I don't know if it's radar that caught him, but anyway, we got on him before he could fire off any torpedoes. He's taken on water, so if he has the surface, then he'll be wrecked on the surface with our deck guns. Still shelling him with our depth charges. He's taking on water, hugging the bottom. All right, so he knows what we have here, of course. Look at all that. Oof. But, I mean, you can only do so much. All right, this time it's another 50%, and we should sink it now. 2 torpedoes, another 1. That's a 50% rate. That's gone. All right, he's still unloading, actually, and the Suzuya. All right, where's KB? The Suzuya, well, and it's night, and our PBYs haven't flown yet. We'll see. Anyway, let's push through here. So this was just a simple bombardment, a night naval bombardment. This was not a unload, which I thought it was at first. He did take a couple of shell hits on his cruisers. That's going to be very little to no damage, possibly even bounced off. Anyway, torpedo boats. Yeah, these are obsolete torpedo boats, but what better to use them for than these backwater bombardments? Okay. Okay, so I gave the orders to bombard 1 more turn, and then we're going to head back to base. So that's what we're doing here. 5 more Nates damaged, and we beat up the base a bit more, and then we're gonna bug out. Those were smaller caliber guns. The big ones we used up. The big guns we used up. All right. Because of his short bombardment, this unloading here, we basically didn't do anything like we had done prior. At least I'm assuming it's because of the bombardment wore our guns out. Okay. We're still firing though. We just didn't hit anything. I'd rather hit that um than the AK. Oh well. All right, he's hitting above our depth. I'm just gonna push through this. What a shame. All right, we don't find him. He doesn't fire at us, so we'll call it a wash. Oh, the row 68 finds us and hits us. We do give him 3 hits. I don't know why I just pushed through that. I guess because I've freaked out about this. But he does take 3 hits to his sub. I wondered if that might happen, by the way. All right, we've got eyes on the carriers again. That's the main thing. I wanted to confirm that they were still in the area. Okay, we're in the air phase. He's bombing to no effect. Again, discernible effect. Let's see. Bombing Denny with Sally's. See if we can flak one again. Nope, and he is flying at 8K, so we just need better flak, I guess, but I will say I'm very grateful. Yeah, I thought we'd try to bomb these ships here, but he's got a cap, so we'll just take it on the chin. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Something about Indeni. Oh, I think we got decent flak in some of these bases, but not Indeni. I don't think we've got regular flak up there. So, beating up the base, keeping it suppressed. He's gonna, spend some supply to repair it. So if we don't do a lot of supply hits, he's still using supply, just repairing the thing. All right, Cooktown shouldn't have any cap, and we're gonna see if we can knock his planes about. Destroyed, damaged. We did destroy a Nate, and we took a lot of damaged aircraft in the meantime. Didn't do a lot of damage to the base itself. The overcast, we are flying really high, and the overcast likely didn't help. Alright, still bombing his troops here at Johnston. I mean, this should be kind of a walk in the park once we get our transports around in the right position. I always think that means we lost a plane. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it could be he lost the plane, but I would assume it's mine, I guess. Come on, we need to bomb these subs. Don't just spot them. All right, Lily's coming in. hitting our unit that's parked here, blocking the crossroads there. Okay, the 172, the I-172 looks like it's trying to also get into our transports, but we were able to deter him. And here he is again. Let's see if we can actually do something this time. Okay. I mean, you sight him and then you leave him alone. I guess that's a thing. Okay, we're severe damage this time. These 5-inch coastal defense shell artillery are still um, working. I think his troops are unloaded. We're probably just damaging boats that are unloading supplies at this point. Okay, he's still working on some of these islands in the Solomons. Lost a bunch of troops unloading at an undefended location. Um, okay. So he's bombarding us at Wenchow. And he's bombarding up here because he wants to know what we have. I'm telling you, I've got troops coming down this road. We'll box him in. I think he's trying to cross at the river too, but we'll box him in, and he'll have more to fight than he expected. Now he has double our guns, but he does take some damage. And as far as we know, we didn't take any, although again, disruption, fatigue, stuff like that could have taken. All right, he's bombarding here. I mean, maybe terrain would deter him, but he does have an advantage over us here. Also better equipped troops to like do serious damage to us. Now, I don't know why he's doing a bombardment, except for maybe he thinks we have more troops here than we actually do. 5 to 1, or a little bit under 5 to 1. We may have forts there, I'm not sure, but he just takes the safe route, and we do have 3 battalions here, so basically a regiment equivalent. Now he does another deliberate attack here. Last turn it didn't work. This turn he has a better odds, and he also reduces the fortifications. He still takes decent damage, but we take our numbers here more, but the same exact number of disabled. What are the modifiers? Now we have a morale instead of fatigue, malice, and we both have, okay, that's weird. Leaders plus and minus. Okay. That's kind of interesting. I've never heard of that. All right, he's going to knock us out of here, and I promise we will start retreating and also still try to pick them up. Okay? He's retreating towards Normanton. We're going to keep flying to pick this guy up, but now we can start walking down here now that he's taken that base. And he's doing a bombardment attack here at Monado. Let's see how it goes. No effect. That's it. He did not attack us at Denny. He's probably got to recover from all the disruption from that unloading process. Ooh, Noumea, Airfield 7, and Luganville Size 5. Nice. Those are really good upgrades to our expansions. Noumea Size 8 would be the bomb. And then we can focus on getting Lafoa up to par while we start pursuing our objective to actually take it. 6th tank destroyer. Okay, let's look at this at this time. Okay, I just wanted to get here first. I don't know how much I explained last time. My goal with my carriers here, the Lexington and the Hornet, is to hit is to basically raid the marshals. I'm gonna come over here, and as we get closer, probably another turn or two, I'll start setting objectives here and see what we can target. I may just start with some recon, um, like send out several groups to just scout out what's there, and then give it a day, and then hit it. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, real fast. We've got more reinforcements coming. They're gonna come here and stop, remain on station, because I want them to have a full ops to slide in here and unload. And the reason, I mean, I guess I could say do not unload and go in, but also it decreases the chance we'll be attacked by a submarine like this guy here. I don't know if that's the smart play, but since we're not going to unload this turn anyway, parking here is not a bad idea. Um, and then the other thing I wanted to point out is we are coming back to Johnston Island to bombard. Um, and then we're gonna go back home. Retirement allowed. It won't do a lot of damage, I don't think, because we've used up our all of our heavy guns ammo, but it'll do something. Before I go too much further, let's take a look at this. Two losses for us, one air to air, and two destroyed on the field. So 2 to 3. Let's see the details here. He lost two Nates, of course, on the ground that we knew of with our bump. I think that was the short bombardment. It could be the bombers. Maybe I don't know. But he lost a Mavis in air to air, so that's what we heard, that explosion sound during air phase. Apparently we shot down a Mavis. Good job. We lost a Kingfisher to ops and a Dornier to ops. Probably the Dornier was from that terrible raid trying to bomb the ships here. That was kind of I mean, if we'd have bombed these guys or these guys, we'd have lost something. Let's just stand down. I don't this group. I may even withdraw. I don't know. We'll see. He can't replace. He needs supply level 20K. I can't even get this to a base with 20K supply because of this um, being disabled. Let's see. He's finally getting some troops other than tanks here, which means he'll probably do a push up to these bases and beyond. I kind of want him to get into here before. Might as well take advantage of the fact that we currently have a lot of supply. Um, and now he's just gonna come across and try to just attack us. Um, which is fine. We're gonna move ourselves, and again, we're trying to pick this up anyway. Mm, and we already have a few elements here. 6 aviation support. So now what I can do is really I can move this group. Um, I'll just for now I might stand down. Yeah, for now let's just transfer it. Well, I'll stand down one turn and we will bring it here and then start picking up these guys next turn. Okay? All right. What else? Okay. So his carriers are still here and they slid up a little bit. He's probably, again, just trying to move ever so slightly to keep our subs from just parking under him. Um, we took some serious damage to drum, but we've already repaired like two flotation out of that. I think it was at 61. But just wanted to point out that he now has 6,300 troops and 29 guns that we know of anyway here. So we'll see what happens to that. All right, the question of the hour is, what's the status of Warspite? Well, let's take a look. Not bad at all. 20 system, 13 flotation. Let's get that baby home. And um, now here's the problem, okay? The uh, we can we can get it pier side and get it up to where it only has 8 major and then take it up to Window or something because it's going to need a bigger facility than Sydney has. But but yeah, we're done up here. That was an interesting ride, but let's just go back to base. Um, I have it going to Sydney, and I think that's okay. But then I think I might take the battleship. Maybe I'll go to Melbourne because I don't know. Maybe we'll just sit here in Pierside with Warspite. That's fine. There's no rush any which way. But you know, it was a good run. It was worth I think it was worth the damage we took because we should have air superiority here for a good chunk of time. Also, we'll keep him on the edge of his seat. He doesn't know when we're gonna bombard this again. He doesn't know that I'm going back and I'm done. For all he knows, I mean, we still have the Colorado too. Anyway, I really need some ASW up here, so I'll be looking for some ASW aircraft. I may repurpose these Whirlways. They're not worth much bombing. See this? So we'll probably just repurpose these guys to ASW. Okay. Um, and I may direct it like specifically, like I don't know, not quite, maybe 360 to. Um, well, I don't want to take a lot of time on the video recording to do this stuff, but let's just see how this would work if we do 150. What it what is it that we're doing wrong? Oh, and I don't know. I usually do 5,000 feet for ESW. What okay. Okay, I think I just need to do this. Let's look. Z. Um, all right. Let's change this up a little bit. 30. That's not bad. That's fine. It gives this arc, and let's see if we have the right pilots. Probably not. I'll have to look for some ASW pilots. I'm not going to make you have to sit through that. Um, you can see our search. We've got pretty good search all up in here. I wonder if we shot down that. All right, take a look. We are not spotted anymore in this hex. So I like that because I don't want his KB to come down here and hit these ships. These are precious APDs, APs, so I'd rather them not be targeted, honestly. Um, if we look at, we just got a few support support units. They'll probably be offloaded this 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 turn resolution. Um, so I'm kind of working backwards from what I normally do. And again, I'm only going to talk about the hot spots this time. I'm not going to go into the backwater stuff. We already looked at this a little bit. So basically, in one turn, so not this turn resolution, we're just coming here and parking. Next turn resolution, I'm going to tell it, go in here and invade, unload. I'm going to tell this amphibious group, unload. Okay. And then we're just doing it. It's gonna happen. The bombers that we sent in to bomb, um, they they bombed, and so we're usually if once they bomb, I like to park them, let them chill, get get rested, and let the aircraft rest a bit. But then I cycle with these guys. It keeps them on their toes. It keeps the Japanese from getting comfortable. I'm gonna set all, and we'll fly the B-17s again. Should be seven. I mean, we've got a lot of aircraft in maintenance. Six here. It's just nuts. So four plus um, seven. We'll have at best 11 bombers. Oh well. What are you gonna do? And then next turn we'll have the LB-30s hit again, plus we'll be doing invasion. I think we'll take it tomorrow, the 12th. All right, one last thing. Well, okay, one last thing. Let's look at this. I mean, two last things. First, I want to look at this. Supposedly, I never like to count on these. I've seen too many subs come back from the dead. Too many Japanese subs come back from the dead. So I don't want to count on this, but it looks like we might have sunk the I-170, and I'm pretty sure I have high confidence this did sink. And it's not a bad, it's 13 value. That's pretty good. It's not a bad cargo ship. 490 troop plus 6125 cargo. That's pretty good. So we'll take that sink. I would have liked to have gotten the torpedo in his cruiser, but I'll take that. Um, did we lose any pilots? No. Okay. So no pilots. We did lose a couple of aircraft ops, but that's it. Fortunately, the pilots are still okay. All right, let's look. This is our reinforcements to Sydney. It's getting closer and closer all the time. So I'm looking forward to having these divisions on the ground. Should we put them somewhere else? Possibly. I mean, um, maybe they're needed somewhere else, but glitching out. Our carriers should be in this area, and they are. All right. So we've gotten away with our raid. We didn't want to stick around too long because uh, KB was very close. We were here and KB was here. Um, I felt like if we moved north, that would have been okay, but then we would have been up in here, and to get back down, we'd have to backtrack over east and then down. I kind of wanted these carriers to be in this theater. Okay. We had two carriers earlier in this theater, and I think it worked out well. We can hit him where he's not. So if KB's here, we can be bombing his ships out here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. Is that the right answer? I don't know. Um, we do have. All right. It's possible we do not need a shipyard for these upgrades. So come July, we could probably park it in Sydney and upgrade it. I don't know for a fact. I've never gotten this to July in the game, honest to be honest. So we'll have to find out this game. I'm gonna cruise south of Suva here and just kind of meander my way west. here's what I think it's all conjecture, right? But here's what I think is going to happen. I think KB, let's get this off. I think KB, when it's done up here with its mission, it's going to go back here, maybe all the way to Rabal or even truck and, replenish, get fuel, whatever it needs, supplies. So having said that, I don't think he's going to come south and do anything crazy. So that's what I'm gambling on. Oh, by the way, this time because of the Saratoga, I'm actually going to have three carriers in this theater. And after the raid here, uh, in after these carriers that I'm bringing east, sorry, from the east, these carriers hitting this area here, they're gonna go back to Pearl, and I think what I'm gonna use them for primarily is well, I should say what I want to do is have them link up with the Wasp, which will be coming, and actually they upgrade in 1 day, 1 month, and they do need shipyard, okay? And that's going to take them 30 days to upgrade. Whoa, what's upgrading? I mean, to me, it looks like a downgrade from 1184 anti-aircraft to 1040. I don't see the benefit here. Oh, also better radar. So that's fine. Um, yeah, we'll get these upgraded in June, and then the Wasp will be out, and we'll have the three carriers, and hopefully we can have uh, by let's say the end of July, six carriers, maybe even in this area. This looks like where it's hottest, so this is probably where all the fighting is going to be centered. Once we take John, once we take Johnston, I'm gonna settle down for a while. I'm not comfortable going after Baker just yet. His as long as his carriers are this close to Baker, I'm very concerned that one. Let's look here. Okay. One full speed, he'd be close. And if we're unloading and I mean, if we're unloading to do an invasion here, he's gonna have boom, boom, and I just don't see us taking Baker for a while. But Johnston is doable, and Midway, of course, we already did. I think we're okay. Let's just kind of take what he gives us and not worry about being too hasty. But this is another operation I still want to push through. Looking forward to getting that one wrapped underway. Um, yeah, I think we're okay. It looks like I'm gonna have to bring my ASW guy. Um, let's set the patrol zone to Palm Island. Apparently, we're out of position for that. Also, we could give him a reaction. I don't know why I didn't already. But yeah, I think this is going to eat up supplies fixing, you know. Um, I do want to keep bombing, and so what I did purposefully is nothing. Well, thinking of somewhere else. Okay, because our B-17's rested, these two groups and these Mitchells rested, I'm going to take all the B-17s and B-25s that rested and hit this again. And so it'll be around the clock bombing as well until he gets a long range cap out there. All right. Yeah, I think I'm ready to wrap this up. So thanks for joining me. And so my new format for a while until I get feedback is going to be to do two turn resolutions back to back and then a quick synopsis of the turn, especially the hot spots. And then we'll just, and I'll take maybe once a week or once every 4, 5, 6 days of turn days and talk about backwater stuff. But I just want to focus on where it's most important and what matters because I think that's the most interesting. But if anybody has questions or wants to know more, let me know and I'll be happy to reply. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time for turn resolutions of May 11 and May 12. Take care. Bye.